Pigeons. Gwyn's skin is tanned and like oiled leather. On his head, there's some black hair he brushes over his bald patch. This hair always ends up sticking straight up, like a by mistake Mohican. He has black hairs all up his arms too, and Gwyn has a hairy face. Not long hair, just bristly like my dad's was. Gwyn's voice is bristly too. And he has what Eva calls a stutter, where there's a blank space where your word should be and your whole body stops. Iawn? Boys? He asks us. Together Pigeon and me breathe, Iawn, back. Although everyone knows I'm not a boy, any more than Pigeon is a prissy hogan. But I quite like being called a boy by Gwyn. Be ddech chi isio heddiw ta? Gwyn's question goes up at the end, really high as here, but we still haven't decided. Because last week I had one of the chocolate ones with the creamy outside, and Pigeon had one of those thin orangey things, and we said we'd swap this week, but I don't really want to because the chocolate one is my favourite, and I'm hoping Pigeon agrees, but he hasn't said so yet, so I'm on the edge of going right ahead and having something else completely, but I wouldn't want to make the wrong choice. Pigeon's my best friend. Waiting, Gwyn, to keep talking, says, "Tywydd braf," and he grins. We grin back because this is no more fine weather than Pigeon is a hogan, or I'm a boy, or Gwyn's van's a BMW, or we're all Colin Jackson doing the hurdles. The weather's come in again. It sits all over the hill, and the clouds are blowing up now like a balloon, water bomb, and they have a grey colour that's almost dark blue. So you know it'll rain forever. In the end of thinking, I have the long orange thing and Pigeon has the chocolate one, like we decided last week. See? Pigeon and me. We like this. We're walking back between the houses, our heads full of thinking like televisions, and our feet scraping along the ground, with our shoelaces left behind, and I lick it. Gwyn's a gypsy, Pigeon says. I look at him. I'm not quite sure what that means. He's a gyppo, says Pigeon. Ah. It's 'cause of Gwyn telling on Pigeon. Telling Pigeon's stepdad about the lolly Pigeon stole. How Pigeon ran off without paying, his coat and his shoelaces trailing and bouncing as if they were running from Gwyn too. Pigeon got a black eye for that. Pigeon hates Gwyn, 'cause all the other kids saw what happened when Gwyn shouted that he'd tell his dad, how Pigeon came running back and then followed Gwyn all the way, begging him please not to tell. The kids at school say Pigeon was crying, although that isn't true, is it? I can't imagine it. It was days before anyone saw him after that, and when he came out again, he had that black eye. "Ma Gwyn yn odd," says Pigeon. And that's it forever after that. Gwyn is odd, funny, strange. It had never occurred to us before, and that's what started this whole thing off, licking those ice creams, thinking, and then that idea of pigeons. Gwyn equals odd. Chapter 2. This morning, before the ice creams, as he sat alone in his shed bedroom, Pigeon had been able to see his new sister Cher getting ready for school in his old room. He didn't watch, but he could see. Pigeon knelt on his bed. The shadow from the house fell on the shed's window, and the other window in the house, with Cher in it, made its impression on Pigeon and the shed. Cher did up her blouse, buttoning all the way up the front. The cool blue of the shirt, it was so gentle over her soft skin. Cher's face, serious, quiet and serious, just like Cher's face always is.